So in this section, let's create our first chart. So and then we learn how how the templating use and how how we can use the values and that sort of thing. So let's start with our first chart. So how do we create a chart? So like another command, helm create, and then name the chart. So you say hello world. Okay, so we have a new chart. And how does the chart look? Again, it has a lot of files in the template folder. It is a big value file, and it has a chart name, which is version 2, which we talked about, a hello world, a description, type, version, application version. So we leave as it is the default. If you want, we can add a little more description. So let's say helm chart for demo. Okay, and then let's delete all the files under the template folder. So let's say I don't need any file, and now the template folder is empty. So what we're going to do, so let's bring two files now from our demo. So I've created all these files already. So let's copy these two files into our template folder. I'll explain what these files are. So these are the static files, which is sort of similar files, but it has the static values. So it's a hello world, application, 3 replicas, labels should be hello world again, and the image container it is using Nginx, and the latest image, and it is running on port 80 with TCP protocol. So it's a sort of static deployment file. And if we look at the service, again the static service file with hello world, TCP, and node port, target port. So let's try installing this release. So let's say helm install my first release, and let's say so it's under the hello world folder. Okay, so it got deployed. So let's say helm list. So I have two releases, the WordPress which we used in previous section, and then the new release with my first release. So what it has done, so it installed hello world and with some version. So now what happens, let's uninstall this one just for our okay, so clear this. So what happens if I wanted to install another release with the same chart? Can I do it? Let's try this. Oh no, I can't. So what happened? So unable to continue install service hello world names is because the default exists. So it says the release name already exists. Why so? Why the release name exists? We have already given the release name, right? And we have changed the release name. Why it exists? Because if you see in the deployment file, it is all hard coded. So we don't have anything here, which is changing. So it is all hard coded. So even if we have changed the release name is still being taken same from our deployment file. So let's look at the release again. So it is same, but if you see, the chart name is same, and the error it has given is service is hello world, which is in default namespace, and the current release invalid ownership. must be equal to first release name. So it's saying it can't take the second release name. So what is the solution for this? So solution for this is it should pick the release name from something what we wanted to give, not the hard-coded values. So how do we do that? So we have the name here. So how do we do it? So we say we have, let's say we give dot release dot name, right? And save it, and that's it. And then same we give in the sockets file. I'll explain you what does it mean. Let's give this, let's try this. Now let's try releasing install this. Voila, so we are able to install 2 releases now with different names from the same help chart, and the version and everything is same. The 2 releases got deployed but with the same Helm chart. So what did I do? So what does this mean? So release name dot name, what this thing is. So let's look at the Helm documentation. So let's see. So if you see built-in objects, the Helm template, so this is so if you see anything under this, so these are template directives, these curly braces, and anything we wanted to use dynamically, we can use these template values. So there are some built-in objects, so anything related to release, like release name, a namespace, is it upgradable, so there are different values for here. So these are standard objects. There is another object value which we're going to use in a minute, which is taking values from the value file. The files.cat files, if we wanted to work with the file system. Capabilities, this is again if you wanted to work with the Kubernetes cluster support. Templates again. So there are some built-in objects here which you can use. So that's what I've used here. So release name. So what does this dot mean? So this dot means is the root dot release, which is a built-in object, and the name of the release. And what does this mean? Release name. This refers to, let's clear this. This refers to this section. So when I say dot, which is root, and take the release dot name, this refers to this section. So whatever we give in here, this is getting replaced by this. So now Helm install the release name and the chart. That's it. So that's very simple. So now we're going to proceed with more advanced example. So what if we wanted to change some values here? So in the deployment file, what if I wanted to change some values? So let's say image, right? So we have a value file here which has lot of values here. So I don't want anything. What I want is I just want a replica count and the image name. So let's delete everything else, and let's say I wanted to have image name. So let's say image, and then say value, and I just get rid of everything else, and I just keep, that's it, simple. Okay, so what do we have here? We have a value file now, and then let's go to deployment, and then what we're going to do here is replace image name. So again, double curly braces, and then what do we want values from? So it's from the value file. So let's say values, and then values dot, and then what was the parameter? The parameter was values, the value file, and the image. The parameter is image. So dot image. That's it. And then another one is the replica count. So let's say again curly braces, then dot, which is the root, and then value file, values dot, and then the replica count. Yeah, that's the value we have. Yep. Okay, so now if you see here, so we just have two values and the two values dot replica count, values dot image. So it's saying value file and the root value, the root value file and the image and the replica count, two parameters. Simple, easy peasy. So next we're going to do with this is a little more complex, which is let's add additional values here and make it a dictionary. So within image we make it a section under this, which is repository name, and pull image, and let's say tag is latest. Right, so let's add this. So how do we access this in our deployment file? So in here, so values dot image, and then the name is repository. So let's say value file, image tag, and then repository. So value image and then dot repository. Okay, cool. So now I want to add tag as well. So how do I add tag? So colon, and then again curly braces, double curly braces, and then dot values dot image dot, and then tag. So values file, image, and then the tag is latest. So how this will transform? So it will transform nginx colon latest. So we have deployment file, service file, a chart, and a values file. So we have learned a basic chart with a custom value file and a custom release name.